So many people spend their health to gain wealth, and then they have to spend that wealth to regain their health. This video is on Ayurveda and properties of medicinal spices within actual foods. It's a bridge. I have many videos on the personal side of my own spirituality, touching on others too, and many on the professional side around my profession, around my work, around healthcare and allied sciences, alternative health sciences like Ayurveda, like astrology, come as a bridge between the two. In this picture, you see the other components of that bridge. If you lose your wealth, you have lost nothing. If you lose your health, you have lost something. If you lose your character, you have lost everything. We will look at the history of the spice trade. We will learn some history from the times of Marco Polo to Christopher Columbus, and the discovery of the Americas was actually in search of some of these spices we're going to talk about today. And those from an Eastern background, you should be proud that your culture and your tradition and your heritage give you so many medicinal spices. It's true today, many of us haven't learned the science behind a lot of this, but it's a great chance to do so. If the foundations are strong, the building will remain standing. And so, when we talk about the whole colonial history, we can see also and learn how empires rise and they fall. Those who were powerful in the 15th century are now no longer as powerful as the very land that was discovered at the time of Christopher Columbus. In the world of animals, we see when the bird is alive, some of them eats the ants. And when that bird has died, the ants eat that bird. One tree can be made into 1,000,000 matchsticks, but only one matchstick is needed to burn 1,000,000 trees. Circumstances can change at any time. Don't devalue or hurt anyone or any creature in this life. You may be powerful today, but time is more powerful than you. A big inspiration for this video was a few trips to India, where I met from my own faith of Jainism saints who follow 5 great vows, amongst which the first and foremost is absolute non-violence. This vow of absolute non-violence means they don't use most modern medicines, as there's so many medicines which are still undergoing concepts like animal testing or capsules which have gelatin within them. My own background, a professional background as a doctor, means I would love to help give seva when I go there, but until and unless I know sciences like Ayurveda and medicines within plants and foods, it would be difficult for me to help, which was a big inspiration for me to learn. Here you see some pictures, statues of these great saints, what we call Panch Mahavrattari, Sadhu and Sadhvi, and I bow to them, and any knowledge I present is due to their initial inspiration and dedication in a wish to help those who have dedicated their lives to living a lowest carbon footprint life possible. This video is in no way trying to over-promote my faith in comparison to others, just to show my motivation for learning this science, and a thank you. Vata, Pitta, Kapha are the different humours in the body with different characteristics. Heavy foods tend to increase Kapha, decrease Vata and Pitta. Light increase Vata, Pitta, decrease Kapha. Oily increases kapha, decreases vata and pitta. Dry increases vata, decreases pitta kapha. Hot increases pitta, decreases vata kapha. And cold increases vata and kapha and decreases pitta. We can also discuss from the aspect of the taste, the initial quality of rasa, which can be sweet, sour, salty, pungent, bitter, astringent. The property of cooling or heating, known as the virya in simple terms. Vipaka, or the post-digestive effect. The effect on the three doshas, which we mentioned. And the gunas, which are increased and decreased. And a prabha, which is a special quality of a specific food or herb or substance that can't be explained by the rasa, virya or vipaka and is distinct from the table. So saffron, in small quantities it's tridoshic. In excess it can aggravate pitta. Its virya is heating and its vipaka it's pungent. It relieves itching, its antiemetic properties, and it satisfies thirst. It can help throat and sinus infections and has some hemostatic properties. Tastes include astringent, bitter and sweet. Dry ginger or sunt. Virya is hot, vipaka is sweet, and digestive effect encourages a good digestion. A unique quality of ginger is its heating. You heat up internally without causing you to sweat, and hence if you have a fever with cold sweats in winter, where any sweat will eventually cause you to become more cold and dry, ginger can be very helpful. Its rasa or taste is pungent and sweet. Fenugreek or methi pacifies kapha as well as vata. It is very helpful for diabetes, for the nervous system or majja dhatu, helps with bloating, it kindles the digestive fire, it's a laxative, helps digestion, and it's a bitter nourishing tonic, helpful in that it does not aggravate vata, which most bitters tend to do. Fenugreek or methi can aggravate bleeding disorders and is contraindicated in heavy pitta conditions in the blood. Its rasa or taste is katu or pungent, guna is light or oily, virya is heating, and vipaka is pungent. Cardamom or elaichi is tridoshic but aggravates pitta in larger doses. It's a bronchodilator and hence helpful in asthma. It doesn't replace allopathy, but it's an extra thing. It's very helpful for congestion, mucus and poorly digested food, clearing the channels, especially upper GI and excess kapha in the stomach. Virya is cooling and vipaka is pungent. It's kapha pacifying, helping coughs, colds and congestions. Asafoetida or hing, its virya is heating, vipaka is pungent. It pacifies vata and kapha, aggravating pitta. Helpful for anemia or raktakshaya. In particular vata types who cannot digest well, hing aids this digestion of various beans, dals and lentils. It's analgesic, antispasmodic, antiflatulent, helps indigestion and abdominal pain, and it's heating particularly for the uterus and hence should be avoided in early pregnancy. It's helpful for cold, stagnant conditions of the uterus and the menstrual cycle. Kapha stagnation in the uterus can be cleared with hing, and hence for kapha it's a cause of infertility, can stimulate ovulation with hing. Nutmeg or jaifar pacifies vata and kapha, but it can increase pitta. It binds the stool and can be used for diarrhea, although if not needed can produce constipation. The astringent taste is responsible for its usefulness in diarrhea, and often in dehydrated people with poor agni, nutmeg stimulates agni without causing diarrhea. Virya is heating and vipaka is pungent. Tastes are pungent, bitter and astringent. It burns ama or toxins. It's analgesic and hypnotic, sedative after effect, induces a sound sleep, and it can be dangerous and hence use should be moderated if it's excessively used. It has antiemetic properties with ghee, good for colds, coughs, congestion, fever, for headache. Nutmeg paste on the forehead is good, and nutmeg oil over painful joints can help with arthritis. Cinnamon, darushila or tajja, decreases or pacifies vata and kapha from the bark of a tree and good for circulatory problems like hypertension and leg edema. Good for tooth pain, fibroids, diabetes and antiseptic. Its tastes are pungent, bitter, sweet and heating. Cloves or loving pacify vata and kapha, but in excess increase pitta. With kapha reducing properties, can be used for colds, congestion and laryngitis, and the same kapha reduction can improve the lipid profile, boosting immunity, regulating blood sugars. Can be used in chronic dyspepsia, improving agni with pungent and astringent tastes. Cloves enhance circulation, digestion and metabolism, With vata reducing properties, clove oil can be put on a joint to provide relief for joint pains, and for the same reason it can help regulate the bowels and help with flatulence and poor digestion. It can make you sweat, pushing heat to the exterior, good for cold hands and feet like Raynaud's, and used in oral hygiene products to freshen the mouth. Coriander or dhana is unusual among digestives in that it's cooling and pitta calming. It's a tridoshic spice, although particularly good to calm excess pitta. Diuretic and cleansing, helping with outer wounds, helping halitosis, helping hemorrhoids, rashes, burns, pitta states, and calming. Cooling spice, contributes to sweet astringent tastes, managing fever, burning, excessive thirst. Fennel or variar is a cooling digestive, tridoshic in nature. Its vipak is sweet, particularly good for vata and poragni, kindling digestive fire without aggravating pitta, helping with gas, flatulence, and heartburn. For colicky babies, irritable bowel syndrome, it's good. Can be diuretic, detoxifying bloods, relieving hemorrhoids, sweet and cooling. Turmeric or haldi. Vipaka is pungent. It's tridoshic, but in excess can trigger pitta due to pungent taste and a heating quality. It can flare temper, gastric ulcers in excess. Bitter, pungent, heating, regulating blood sugar, and the bitter quality can help it being used in diabetes and anemia. Turmeric with milk is effective for anemia. Blood cleansing, helping those with arthritis by traveling into the joint space. Cayenne pepper, its vipaka is pungent, pacifying vata and kapha, aggravating pitta, improving circulation, promoting sweating, can create irritation of the GI tract, ulcers and diarrhea with a sharp and penetrating and heating taste. Cumin, a warming digestive, pacifying vata and kapha, can trigger pitta in excess. Warm and dry and hence good in cold and wet seasons. Has a bitter taste with a heating virya and a pungent vipaka. It's vata reducing, aiding digestion and increasing the appetite with a mild laxative effect, also binding the stools. It's kapha reducing, anti-diabetic and anti-inflammatory. It's cumin. Rock salt has a salty rasa, a heating virya and a sweet vipaka. It can raise the blood pressure, which may pacify vata types with low BP but aggravate pitta. And mineral rock salt is less heating than table or black salt and hence better for pitta. Rock salt also better for kapha as it does not cause fluid retention. It's antimicrobial antiseptic actions, good for pharyngitis, gargling with hot water, topical for cuts and wounds and burning soaked areas. In salty water can help reduce swelling and infection and inflammation. Ajwain or carom seeds pacify vata and kapha, increasing pitta. Pungent with a heating virya and vipaka. A cardiac tonic, enhancing digestion, helping abdo pain, flatulence, and urinary frequency. It's vata pacifying. Black pepper pacifies vata and kapha, may increase pitta, pungent and heating, sharp, dry, and light, used for colds, coughs, and congestions. Sage, useful for strengthening the nervous system. Same family as rosemary, thyme, and basil. Improving memory, sharpening the senses, antiseptic, antibacterial action, and some studies have linked it with improved memory and better cognitive ability in individuals with Alzheimer's disease. So many different herbs and spices have been discussed, and now we come full circle. Remember, it's not just about spending our health to gain wealth, but having to spend that wealth all over again to regain the health. Remember the origins of history, of geography, the travels of Marco Polo, of Christopher Columbus, and how circumstances can change, and learning history helps us realize that even the great have crumbled, and the matchsticks and the tree examples remind us never to be proud of what and who we are, because many have come before us. Humility is a key to inner peace, and the origins of this video and this channel and my own personal inspirations have been explored. If you enjoy the content, please do like and subscribe, letting YouTube know to suggest this content to others. If I've made any mistakes or said anything wrong to insult anybody or any faith, it is not my intention. Please forgive me.